Hello, everyone. On today's IRS tax update, with the start of the new tax season just 6 weeks away, we will take a look at the latest developments with those ongoing tax delays, including the newest information on the remaining backlog of unprocessed tax returns and amended returns. Meanwhile, the IRS has announced they are sending more than 20,000 rejection letters to those who wrongly claimed a specific tax credit. So we will take a look at which credit that was and what to do if you're impacted. From there, we will check in on the latest IRS notices being received by taxpayers still impacted by ongoing processing and refund delays. Now starting off with the remaining backlog of unprocessed tax returns, as we did see another drop from our last update to now 805,000 returns remaining. All of the movement since our last update came with a drop of paper returns to now 105,000 remaining. But this is now the fifth consecutive update in which the IRS is reporting no decrease of the e-file return backlog and those requiring special processing. As we reported previously, we have seen inconsistencies in what the IRS reports at times compared to what the remaining backlog actually was. Moving on to amended returns as we did, see another decrease from our last update to now 680,000 returns remaining. For those of you waiting on your amended returns, there seems to be good news as the IRS has actually increased the amount of returns they are processing. Since our last update, the IRS has managed to clear out 46,000 returns in the last week, compared to the 22,000 a week rate they were previously reporting. However, do keep in mind, even at this increased processing rate, it will take the IRS another 3.5 months to clear this backlog, assuming they maintain these higher levels of processing. Now developing news over the last week as the IRS has announced that it is sending out more than 20,000 letters to taxpayers, notifying them that their Employee Retention Credit, or ERC claims, have been disallowed. These letters, known as Letter 105C claims disallowed, are aimed at taxpayers the IRS believes are not eligible and who have applied for but have not yet received the credit. In September, the IRS announced an immediate freeze on processing new ERC claims, citing improper credits being claimed, and that the pause will run through at least the end of the year. In October, the IRS announced a new withdrawal option, allowing certain tax filers that have filed an ERC claim but have not received a refund to withdraw their submission and avoid future repayment, interest, and penalties. Tax filers that have submitted an ERC claim that's still being processed can withdraw their claim and avoid the possibility of getting a refund for which they're ineligible. Since the year 2020, the IRS has received nearly 3.6 million ERC returns, with more than 600,000 ERC applications pending, totaling $230 billion in refunds paid. The outstanding applications are estimated to be worth another $90 billion to $100 billion. The 20,000 rejection letters sent out have an estimated total value of $2 billion to $10 billion in applied credits. And it is estimated that some letters were to taxpayers making claims for $100,000 to $500,000. In recent weeks, we have been seeing increased reports of taxpayers receiving the CP2000 notice from the IRS, indicating they now owe the IRS sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. We are seeing it in particular sent to taxpayers who have or were previously involved with cryptocurrency. Numerous taxpayers are now indicating they never reported capital gains from the sale of cryptocurrency, earned income from the mining of cryptocurrency, and income received for wages and rental income that was paid through cryptocurrency. Now we are seeing a spike in these reports as the IRS has increased their investigations into digital asset reporting. If you're impacted by this situation, immediately contact the IRS on the number provided on the notice and respond to the notice agreeing or disagreeing with the proposed changes. It is imperative, if you are continuing with cryptocurrency, that you properly fill out Schedule D when filing your tax returns, as the IRS needs the information provided to properly calculate tax liability. For those still waiting for their refunds and who claimed the Earned Income Tax Credit or Child Tax Credit, it likely your return is under audit, and you have or will receive the CP75 notice as seen here from the IRS requesting further documentation so that tax processing can continue. There is also a chance the IRS may have sent it, and you never in fact received it, which has been a common scenario in previous years. Make sure to check your tax transcripts and locate any 971 codes and the specific dates for those codes. At that point, you want to confirm you received any letters from the IRS around those dates. If you did not, that means those notices could have been lost in the mail, and you will need to reach out to the IRS to request a duplicate be sent so you can complete the documentation request while the audit can continue on the tax return. taxpayers continue to receive the 60-day notice like seen here. And as we have reported previously that the most common reason to receive this notice is that the IRS still need to process the wage information they receive from your employer to match it to your tax return for accuracy. Make sure to check your wages and income transcript by logging into your IRS account and confirming all income information has in fact been reported and is accurate. Now, if you do not see anything or there is a discrepancy, then check your earnings record by logging into your Social Security account. If you see missing wages at that point, it is advised you contact the IRS and inform them of the situation, as they may require you to submit copies of your W-2 and year-end pay stubs to continue the processing of your tax return. For those of you who never received your tax refund, even though the IRS sent it, there is a chance it was sent to the wrong bank account, or that the bank account information listed on the tax return to receive the direct deposit was incorrect. If this happens, the bank in question will send it back to the IRS, who in turn will issue out a paper check, usually within 4 to 6 weeks. However, if you have a non-traditional bank such as Green Dot or Chime, this does not necessarily apply to you because those banks also have been sending back certain tax refunds to the IRS as flagged, which will result in additional reviews. This information provided applies to those with accounts at traditional banks. Also, there are still questions coming in about amended return processing times, and currently, as it stands, the IRS is still averaging 6 to 7 months, perhaps longer, depending on if the IRS needs documentation to continue processing. We have had viewers who previously waited over 14 months for processing to be completed on theirs, so do expect possibly long delays as a result. In this situation, there is no way to request the IRS expedite the processing of your return. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax issue. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.